Ce n'est pas grave. Je vais bien. Je veux juste que nous parlons.
Yes, there's a lot of wind, so sorry about that, guys. Hold on, I'm clearing my car because my car is actually really dirty. I haven't cleaned it at all since I purchased it. However, I want to talk to you guys about that in a little bit. But first, today we have a very interesting modification, which I believe this car should have from the factory, maybe, or kind of prevent stuff going back into the engine. Some of you guys might know what it is, and by that I mean a catch can. And why do I think these cars need to have a catch can? Well, I think the catch can is necessary because it kind of removes the excess used oil that goes back into the intake and goes back into the engine, so it prevents those like toxins and stuff like that going into the engine. How much does it protect your engine? I don't think it's that much, but you know, better be safe than sorry. Kind of protect your engine a little bit. So a catch can is a very, very wise idea with these cars. It's a super easy install. It's not very expensive. This one specifically is very expensive. I bought it used, almost like new, but it's slightly used. It's a UPR catch can, which those are a little bit expensive, especially the dual side ones. So I have the clear and the dirty side. So it's a little bit more pricier than usual. However, I will show you guys how to install both. It's super simple. It shouldn't take more than 20 minutes. And then before we start, I want to talk to you guys about what the plans with these cars are for me, what I want to do with it. I'm not gonna go crazy when it comes to modifications. I want to keep the car very similar to what it is. However, I want to do some changes. I believe some things can be improved from the factory. So let me set up everything to start installing this catch can so I can show you guys how to do it. There's a lot of videos out there, but I believe there's none for the Bullitt. So I'm very interested to experience that, and there's some people back there, so that's kind of awkward. But let me start. All right, guys, I'm trying something new. I'm gonna do the headset mount GoPro thing. Hopefully it works out for you guys, but this way you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Again, as I was saying, you gotta remove these little tabs, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Бях на диета, давай ми десерта. На леглото на дивана мене ми е сета. Пак те чувъркам, няма отверка. Давай ми голаре да гърмим като твоя верка. Я хочу улети.
And as you can see, it just pops out. It just lift it up on the corners. And as I said, don't lose these steps. They're very precious. And set them up aside where you need them again. And there you go. Just lift that out. Put it somewhere safe. In this case, I don't want to scratch it. So it's going inside the car. Here you go. I don't know how well you guys can see it. It's that bolt right there. Take a 10mm with a socket and loosen that bolt. That's where your catch can is gonna go. And this is basically your catch can mount. What this is, this goes right there in your radiator support, and you can tighten it up here with the bolts. And this kind of like regulates where your catch can goes. And this also positions your catch can. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add it over here. Be careful with these little lines. You don't want to damage them as well. So it just goes like that, and you just tighten up the bolt. But first thing I want to do is take this guy out, because this is where our bracket for the catch can is going to go. And you can see this moves, so you can adjust it in any position. All right, I think this is how it's gonna look, because the radiator cover, I believe, fits all the way up here, so you can service the catch can relatively easy. To service the catch can will be not too hard. You can remove the actual knob right here. You can loosen it up and take the whole catch can out, and then loosen up the hoses, empty it out, and put it back in. For now, I'm gonna keep it kind of loose. I'm gonna still move this one around a little bit more to see what position I like this to be at the best. And still we have this little wire that going back and forth. I might put it back here. We'll see what's gonna happen with it. But let's continue. And before I continue, I want to correct myself. I wanted to mention I had it twisted around. I had it turned around. This is where the line goes into the engine. This is where the dirty oil comes from. I had it twisted around. Same thing here. So basically, when you're setting this up, this is the clean line. You can see it has a little filter or the little valve, check valve. So this only can go this way. So this has to go to your catch can, so it goes in here and then plugs in over there. And then this is the dirty line with the two elbows. So one goes here and one goes on top of the filter. So to continue, all I have to do is take out the stock line. Just pull on the little blue tab, loosen it up, and it just comes off. So first thing I'll do is plug in the dirty side, which goes on the top right here. Mess around with it this way. There we go. And then we put this here. And then we can do the clean side as well. All right, both of them clipped. And honestly, what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna tighten up this catch can. So what I wanna do is take this out and tighten up the bolt first. Oh man, so I hate when manufacturers do this stuff, but the OEM bolt is 10 millimeters, so I have a 10 millimeter socket, and the aftermarket one, it does not fit. So I believe this might be 12 or 13 millimeters bolt. Unfortunately, living in an apartment complex, and my apartment is all the way on the opposite side, on the second floor, I have a long walk ahead of me just to find a socket that fits this bolt. So I have to, again, pack everything up, close everything, and line this stuff up. I guess this is what you get when you move to Florida, right? And you don't have a house anymore. Shit happens. But I'm gonna be back with you guys. And this is why it kind of helps me prepare and I have the right tools. This is perfect, I think. You don't have to tighten it super tight. It's not gonna go anywhere, it's not moving. So next thing is just find a place for the catch can. And you guys were drinking beer for every time I said catch can, you guys will be drunk by now. So going back in place, I think here is the best spot of any. You can see I maybe can tow around the hoses a little bit, but I think they sit perfectly fine. And then before you button everything up, don't forget to tighten these little bolts if you guys decided to kind of like move around the mount and stuff like that. And voila, here's the dirty side installed. Again, you can see this goes into the dirty side and this goes into the clean side, and it comes from here and it flows through this little hose into the engine itself. Guys, with time people say the dirty oil goes back into the engine, it can damage your engine. I don't know if that's a fact. I don't know what time means, 100,000 miles, 200,000 miles, but it's a little precaution. You can see it was an easy install. It's kind of hidden. You need to check this every 1,000 miles. I'm gonna go ahead and do the clean side as well, which is that on this side of the engine. It's very confusing. You have clean side hoses, dirty side hoses. Also you have dirty side and clean side of the engine. So it's a bit confusing. It's a bit much maybe, but let me install the clean side and then we'll talk about what's next for this car. Hopefully this video is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would be because I ran into some issues and I wanted to show you guys a little bit more in detail what's going on, but bear with me. The next step will be what you did on the dirty side, and that is just remove the factory line. Simple as that. There's the factory line. And this is a little bit different. This actually sits right on top right here. You can see it just snaps like that, super easy. And this only goes one way. And with this, you can see the actual filter actually moves to make it more comfortable for you to decide where you want to go with the hoses, how you want to route the hoses. What I'm gonna do is actually go this way, put the hose over here, make sure it snaps, and then just plug that in there. And this is it. You have your dirty side, you have your clean side, your car is protected. Man, my hair is special. Let me give you a quick summary. What you have to do is remove the radiator cover, remove the factory lines, remove the little bolt back here for the radiator support, reinstall or use the provided bolt with spacers. That's your mount for the catch can. Plug in the new lines, and that's it, you're set. It's about 10 to 15 minutes if you have the right tools, if the stuff is closed. It's an easy install. Why I wanted to do it, I want to keep my engine safe. I want to have the peace of mind and protect my engine. So this to me is a very simple mod. I got it used. It was very clean, so you guys can probably find a used JOT catch can, which is only for the dirty side for like 80 bucks. This costs me about 200 bucks or so, but brand new it's $400 because the quality is the best. You can see the hoses, they're Continental hoses. They're amazing. The clips are perfect. Everything worked the way as intended. It almost looks factory. It looks stock. So I really like that about UPR. The quality is phenomenal. You pay for the quality, and that's with any parts. You pay for quality. Let's have a quick chat about the car and what I'm doing next with it. However, I want to put the radiator cover back on and start it up for you guys. Done. So let me have a minute chat with you guys. What is my goal with this car? I want to make it handle amazingly. I also want to give it some power, but that's way down the road. First, I want to sort out the back suspension and the way it like hooks to the ground. I want to make it handle very well as well. I'm going to keep the majority. I want to tune it for a while. I will not supercharge it for a while. I want to get everything that I want to do to support a supercharger. That's the long-term goal. I want to do that. So what are the next steps? I have a few nice aftermarket modifications coming up. They're actually one of them I have to go pick up from the mailbox right now. Another one is I have springs. I ordered white line Magnerite springs. I'm very excited about those. They'll be about an inch. It's about 0.92 drop, which I think will look good with these wheels that I have in the car. You guys have seen my inch drop on my old car. It looked very good. I'm interested to see how they're gonna feel with the Magnerite and what they're gonna look like with the Magnerite. But I digress. Then the following step is actually I'm dropping off the car tomorrow to get ceramic coated. I'm spending a decent amount of money for that. However, I'm doing the full paint correction with Modesta ceramic coat, which I believe it's gonna look really good. We'll find out. I believe this is gonna shine very nice, especially with this paint, the Highline green. It's gonna look awesome. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not sure, I haven't seen many YouTube channels where they mod the Bullitt, so this is gonna be the first modification for the Bullitt. It's gonna be very interesting to see what's gonna happen with this car. Again, I did not plan on getting rid of my GT car. However, I got bored with the automatic. I love this manual. This is phenomenal. I really love the feel of it. I know a lot of people say the Mustang transmission is kind of shitty. I don't know why, but the Bullitt feels a lot better. I drove a stock GT base model and it felt kind of sloppy. This feels a lot better. This transmission to me feels a lot better. I don't know why. There's no difference. So who knows? Because it's a Bullitt maybe? But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for your patience. I know this is again a little bit longer video than usual. I was expecting it to be a lot shorter. A lot of things happened. But I appreciate you guys your patience. I appreciate your support. Subscribers and likes on the videos mean a lot to me. And again, if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. Please, please, please subscribe. Like this video and I'll catch you guys later.